For writing today, we're going to work on one thing that good writers do. And good writers know how big to make the spaces in between their words. So, one of the things that you might want to write about is a place that you would like to go and why you want to go there. So, as you saw first thing this morning, one place that I would like to go is Paris. So, let me read you the first sentence of my story. I would like to go to Paris. What do you think about those? Do you think my spaces are too big, too small, or just right? Well, I noticed that it's kind of hard to tell where one word ends and the next one begins, so I think that these spaces are too small. Let's look at the next sentence. I want to visit the Eiffel Tower. What do you think about those spaces? Well, these spaces are so big that I couldn't even fit in the word at the end of the line. And I made this space so big that I ended up cramming these words together. So they're too big. The other thing that I did is instead of starting each line at the beginning, I left a space, another space. So you want to make sure that each time you come to the beginning on the left, you start right at the edge and you go all the way to the end. But here's a little trick to getting your spaces just right. One thing I like to do is I like to use a tool to measure just to get started. And at school, I have these really cool spacer sticks, but I don't have those at my house. So I had to look around and figure out what am I going to use. Now, I know some of you might use your fingers. You might use the 2-finger space, but I don't know if you noticed, but I'm left-handed, so I can't really do that, or I'd have to cross my arms, and that would be really hard for me. So I'm going to use another tool. And a lot of you at your house may have sticky notes, and sticky notes are a great thing that you can use. Now, I'm going to use a whole sticky note because my board is pretty big. When you're writing in on your paper, you could probably cut that sticky note in half or even a little smaller, and that will help you get a space that's just right. So I would like to go to Paris. I want to visit the Eiffel Tower. Why do I want to go? I think it would be so cool to see the whole city. So I'm going to write that. So I'm going to start here after my last sentence. I'm going to move it over and just right space. And then I'm going to move it over again. Want. Now I have to decide, do you think I have room to put my space and the word to? I bet if I was pretty careful, I could do that. To. Not so bad. All right, now I'm at the end, so I need to come all the way back here to the beginning of the next line. I want to see. I'm going to put another space so they're all exactly the same. I want to see another space, whole, and the last word is city. And I'm pretty excited about that, so I think I'm going to add an exclamation mark too. Now you can see with my green sentence here that all of the spaces are exactly the same size, and that's what makes a just right space. So as you start to write either the answers to your comprehension questions or even your own story, I want you to think about using a space that is not too big, not too small, but is just right. And that is something that good writers do. Have fun.